are Penny Hill, Assistant City Manager of Traverse City, and Gene Stegman, Mayor of City of Menominee. They are asking us to approve their Board of Directors candidates. Bill just said neither one of them look like Hillary, so in case you didn't hear.
Gotta have a parameter. I make a motion to support.
All right, motion. Second. Motion has been made and supported to vote for their two candidates. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion's carried. Old business, old business. We did that last month. Old business, campsites on the top of the hill. Sam has some information and numbers for us.
I got you some preliminary numbers. 3 septic tanks, $1,500 each. So 15 times 3. That's an estimated cost. We're gonna need 3 sets of sewer controls, that means panel boards. The last one I put in was a couple months ago, $2,100 per tank, times 3. You need 5 of the campground, some fancy name pedestals that the 50 amp breakers go into, and they're roughly $500 a piece now. So if you had 5 lots, you gotta have 5 separate electrical panels. So that's at $500 a piece times 5 of them. You need a new 200 amp breaker service because you got to split the load that's at the power pole now. So, and then you're going to have roughly around $6,000 in underground wiring plus labor. Campground construction permit, $595. Additional sewer parts, which would be 2-inch HDPE, 2-inch tap, or 3x2 fusible tap, all that's going to run right around $1,000. You're going to have roughly, God, I wish I'd remembered my glasses, $2,000 in water parts to get, because we got to tap that main, and then we got to run water line up, and then we got to start splitting it, we got to put curb stops on it, because it's only seasonal. And then I asked Mr. Dave Walters from the Department of Environmental Quality, can we do this ourselves? Do we have to have engineered drawings? His answer to me was, what's it say in your permit? And that was his exact words. Well, the permit says, how do you want to interpret it? You know, I said, Dave, be honest, I'm supposed to have engineered drawings if I hook a resident up to the sewer system. Approved drawings. I've yet to do that since when we hook people up. Now you're asking for 3, to put 3 tanks in with the health department, so I'm going to tell you, yes, you need engineered drawings.
So we're talking a lot of money.
The cost, and now we haven't put any of our labor into this. These numbers I give you don't include my labor. So there's going to be a big cost.
They're each 3 separate. The septic tanks and the taps into the line are all going to be separate.
Yep.
You
Well,
should
what
be,
kind of number you got there?
you can argue that.
Looking right at 16,000.
And now take labor. You got to throw labor in there.
So 20,000, they had 5 sites.
And now the electrical, $6,000 is just basically for your parts. Basically you got $9,000 because you got your pedestals. And that hasn't even begun to pay for the electrician to do it yet. So you're going to end up with $50,000 in these 5 spots, I dare say. That quick. And to do what? You got a camping park top of the hill right now that's got 2 people in it. You tell me how you're going to fill them 5 spots up all year round when you only got 2 people on the hill right now. That's what you got to weigh. The $50,000 versus 6 weeks out of the year your camping park's full at the top of the hill. And when you take away them camping spots, you take away trailer parking. I was already talking about signs down the bottom, trailer parking. So it becomes another issue.
Each site would have to have 400 days of parking, 400 days of people camping there, and so, what is it, like 400, and how many days are there between Memorial Day and Labor Day? There's 10 weeks,
10-year payout.
so That's 50.
Right now, I got 6 names for up there. And these people would normally camp between the middle of May and the middle of September. You know, that's what they're looking at.
But are we taking from another site though?
Huh?
Are we taking from another site?
We,
That's the
we
sticky
are,
wicket.
but at the present time, we are tying sites up with long-term people and we're not being able to turn people over on those sites
So
up
the
there.
benefit is to look at maybe doing 2 sites to start with, and then if them pan out and do good, then look at doing more, rather than spending it all at one time up there.
Right now, I've taken, like you say, there's 5 guaranteed sites and 6 one wants it.
How many does that pull, how many is that pulling out of the campground that are currently there? 2.
2,
So you've actually.
3, well, actually 4, but there's 3 of those I'm having to move all the time, every 2 weeks, 30 days, you know. Gotta jockey them around to make room for them, because the people are coming in.
Your park's only full 6 weeks out of the year, people. That's reality.
That,
That is reality.
Sam is right there, as far as the park is full. The permanent people, the summer residents that want a year site is gonna take and be there a minimum of 3 months.
If you got a bird in the hand that's willing to give you 3 months of rent on top of the hill, are you not crazy to take that? And not put more money into your park? Because in the overall show of it, the amount of money coming in is gonna be the same. You're not gonna gain any revenue. You got more spots on top of the hill in the off-season that are empty. You could have them spots filled with less, without spending this money for more lots. That's reality.
Right now, we've got 4 sites filled on top of the hill, we've got 4 more going this weekend, starting tomorrow.
You'll be putting another set of numbers together and the reservations as you did in the past with some packets. Why don't we look at that more before we make a vote on?
Let's get some more data.
Yeah, let's look at the data a little
What,
further.
can I ask a question? I know it's not public time, but if you do add sites, when, in the main part of the season, when all the campers are there, that whole top is full with their boat trailers and all that stuff anyway. So if you put more trailer sites in there, where are the people that are camping gonna park their trailer long-term? I mean, I'm at boat trailers, not camper trailers,
Yeah.
but there isn't any.
There's an issue there, there's no getting around it.
You know,
And we are, there's one thing about the trailer parking that we gotta take and understand also. We are getting more trailers that coming in here from people that are staying down in the condos, down the lake down here and so forth. They're bringing their trailers up there and parking them and driving away. It's not the campers, it's not you coming up there and these.
Are you serious?
I am serious.
Dead serious.
down there also?
I
I bet
busted,
you
Those
those
aren't campers down there?
I busted the trailer lights out of the trailer down there. Actually, I believe Scott looked up the license plate number on it, and it was a guy who lived up on Benway. He had his trailer sitting on the lot, on the. and he-
So we
he
gotta
lives
address
on
that
Benway.
issue to find
He
out
left
what our
it there
true
now.
He left it up on top of
capacity
the
is.
hill.
Right, I bet you $1 at any
Scott
one
looked it
time,
up.
I probably had a minimum of 3 and maximum of 8 trailers down there, but I had absolutely no idea where they
Again, we don't
came
have
from.
any signage to say that it's,
Camper park.
They just pull in there and park.
I know,
That's a great idea.
But you gotta prove that who's it is at that point.
that's what I mean though, we don't have any
But
signage. then we
we've
don't
already,
have-
but Bill, we've already got signs up for the park itself. That would be part of the park itself. And we could camp,
I'll guarantee you, I cannot go down Barnes Park, park my trailer and walk away from something.
Hey,
You can't do that, even though it's a public park.
Scott just come up with a whale of an idea. If you got campers coming in, they got boat trailers, let's come up with a
Sticker.
tag
Yeah.
with a, something where they can hang it over top of the tongue of the trailer.
Be wonderful.
And then when they return to load up, they give it back to live.
No, or they
We
date,
do
they
have
date
other
the time
options,
that they're
too.
camping.
Don't we have those green little cards
I
that
agree,
say
and
what you
the green little cards, but it would be better to take and hang something on
Tie
there.
of something.
You don't want
And
to
leave those
people
people
don't
be
want to peel it
responsible for
out.
putting it on and returning it and putting a site number on that card.
Yeah, date, site number,
What site number is that?
Don't worry about the name, just put a site number on it.
yeah, site number, and the site number should match the trailer, you can go back and forth. and-
But I can tell you
The
what's gonna
dates, you just
happen.
can't use it forever.
The same guy from the township that throws that bag of garbage in the dumpster, that says he already pays the tax dollars, is gonna be the guy's trailer that you kick out.
Well, you can go to
And
Bunn's
it's a
Park,
public park, he should be able to put his trailer in there.
he can go to the DNR launch,
You-
quarter mile down the
If you
road.
put the sign up on authorized parking, it'll be towed away.
So if I put a sign up on the garbage can, you can't throw garbage from your home, and you can't do it.
That's right.
Snow days, I look at every day. That's one of the things that we contend with up there.
You know, on some of the long-term
Sleds or shit.
parking campers, like, say, Lyle, you've got a trailer, and Mike's got a trailer, and these other, your guys sit there all year long too. We got other options. We've got the property up by the bus garage that where the long-term guys could go set their trailers there
I
and
think,
open up some more room for them.
I think those permanent ones can be moved, the long-term ones can be moved, Mike can be moved, without any problem. I also think that the way I laid these sites out, the length of them and so forth, there'll be more opportunity for those particular people to take and park on their sites. And another thing, on the ones that are on the hill right now, there is no reason why they can't take and park some of their trailers up there. There's a couple small sites up there, but they've had it easy, and there is no reason why they can't park the trailer in with
I
them.
think just ought to look at more data there and make
Just-
a good decision.
Campground gotta address that issue though,
Okay,
Park trailer issue.
yeah.
Okay, so what I've heard is that we're going to table this for more information.
yes.
But currently, we're looking at 10 grand per site to create sites. Okay.
And I can get more refined on the numbers if down the road when you guys find out if you want to do it.
Thanks, Sam.
Rob, overtime.
Where are we at on the overtime thing?
Good question. The attorney has never responded to me. He was supposed to respond to me on something else by tonight, which he didn't. So Larry needs to talk with the attorney.
We got a bigger problem then, because I'm looking at a billing by Young, Graham, and Elsenheim with it on 7/19 of 2016. He prepared a detailed memo to the village president regarding new overtime rules, emailed to village president with memo, $139.50.
Uh-oh. Then I didn't see it. So I'll go back and check. And I missed it. That's all.
Alright,
Thank you for showing me. What was that, July 17 or 19?
19th. Same, well, it was a week after their review of the packet of ordinances on use when municipal water exists for DEQ. I'm assuming the private well, yeah, that's what that was.
Okay.
Melissa's not here for the pavilion cameras, so we can table that too.
Okay. Public comment? Thank you.
I'll give one of their so far, but
Yep. Go ahead.
everybody's excited. Yeah, as you selected me as your engineer rep for the ICE grant, so obviously, Sam, thank you. I drove through and did a great job removing all that stuff that we had, I'd sent our inspector out to state and save some money with the village as far as the asphalt and sidewalks, so thank you. I have been speaking with the contractor, and I had relayed this to Larry, but he was obviously hoping to get started sooner. The council had approved him to do that with the bathroom. His Mason subcontractor had delays on another project. So he's pretty much status quo with the schedule we had originally laid out. His hope is to start next week. He went through and did a misdig, and I don't know if Sam or Lyle, if you've been made aware, but I had, when I designed the project, had the original, I was able to find all the original drawings and a lot of it, I think, I probably received from you guys at some point, and then it also contacted all the utility companies, that's normal protocol. And they give me a drawing of how their utilities are laid out. We'll come to find out the gas line runs right where we want to put our new foundation. A great idea, and, you know, it's a field condition that happens, and just because of the age, what DTE had originally communicated to me as it came around the building, and that's what we had anticipated, but when the DTE actually misdug it, which you don't have done until you're actually doing construction, we found it actually runs right where our new building wants to go, so I'm working with DTE representative, and that's what, I'll be in touch with you soon, Lyle, as soon as he emails me back, but the hope is, he was originally telling me 4 weeks out, because we're gonna have to reroute the line, but what I proposed is, let's just abandon what's there in place and basically put a jumper in and a temporary reroute so that we can continue the progress of
Jennifer?
the project.
Not to interrupt you,
No.
I called DTE Energy late this afternoon
Oh,
and talked to a gentleman by the name of Carlos, same guy you're talking to. What they're talking about now is sending a guy over to cut it, and push it underneath what little bit of blacktop we got right there right now, and then bring it back up, tie it right back in, light all the appliances back up. So they may possibly be able to do it all within a day or two, real quick like, according to what Carlos on the phone said.
well, I got another problem with DTE in another community, perhaps they like me
No, I
better
don't know
than I
part of
because
that.
I've been waiting for
I
2
used
days
the
to
proper
hear.
names with DTE Energy when I said the proper name. The gentleman on the phone, his immediate attitude with me changed. And I think I used the right name, and that's all it was.
Oh, well, great, yeah, because I've been waiting for him to email me back, that's why, Rachel, we were trying to find contact information and.
Yeah.
So, but that's really, you know, it's a minor thing, and just working through that exercise, but they're intending to get started as soon as we hear from DTE, which sounds like maybe very quickly. We were just gonna temporarily do a jump, but they may be able to do a permanent fix now. They are, an email, they have a bunch of samples that they need the council to look at as far as colors, I don't know, I had forwarded that on to you, Rachel, and since I'm here.
As far as I'm concerned, the park committee has final say.
Right,
Yeah,
who,
absolutely.
They don't need to bring it back, don't need to bring it back to
I mean, I was thinking hunter orange and, you know.
camouflage.
The camo
Bright
being
red.
There you go. So that's, I was kind of looking for some direction on that. They have tile samples, paint samples, you know, colors and that nature, which, you know, are very important things, so bring that back to the park and rec, okay? And now, obviously, we received the DEQ permit. We had received, I don't know how much everybody's aware, but we had received one public comment. It was the new residence that was built in 2014. Right there, the one that we were concerned with the roof obstruction, and she had expressed some concerns with the project, and I wrote a letter to her, and a few of you have reviewed it, but basically just reiterated her that this went through a very extensive public hearing process and meetings, and, you know, because of when they bought or built the house, they weren't necessarily privy to a lot of that stuff, and just kind of educate her, and we never got a response back. And so the next thing I know, we were issued the DEQ permit. So we have that, we received final copies this week, and so the contractor's moving forward with the docking system to get me shop drawings.
That was an excellent letter, by the way.
What?
Your letter that you wrote to her.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're welcome.
No spelling errors?
Not yet.
No, well,
Give them
thank you.
time, give them time.
So, yeah, that's just to provide everybody a quick update. So most likely, the intent is to have the building done. We can do a lot of the mechanical work and things during the winter. The dock systems, that may be something that will,
Yeah, that's my question right now.
it's because, you know,
Well,
four-letter
he's
words
pushing
don't know.
O'Neill Marine Products, and I've got serious reservations about this company. The further I look into it, I don't like the way they're built. I don't like the fact that they're 5 hours away. I called them, and they couldn't give me any information, whereas when I called Flotation Docking Systems, which are only 2 hours away, she said, why don't you come up here tomorrow? And she said, we'd be there to maintain the dock all the time, if there's any problem. I asked O'Neill what the guarantee, and how long will you warranty things?
Well, and that's the beauty of going through a shop drawing review process, because we have criteria in there that indicates how far away staff has to be, what their references are, their warranty, and those are already stated in the spec, so that's why I'm kind of curious, he has not decided yet who he's gonna go with.
So
Which
we have no say,
you do, that's what I'm saying, it's all in the spec, so if it doesn't meet our guarantee, it doesn't, the labor doesn't meet our distance, because there's actually, I have, I think, 120-mile distance, statement in there, basically with, to be, you know, that meets your 2-hour criteria, in the event that there's a problem. So that's all stated in the specs that the contractor bid on. And if, you know, this company can't meet those specifications, then, he has to go with a company that does. So that you definitely have say in that, because the spec pretty much is written around flotation docks.
okay.
So, you know, rest assured, he knows that they have to comply with whoever he provides. And so it happens a lot, where I'll get a shop drawing, it doesn't meet the specs, it's denied, he has to provide something else, so. If that answers your question.
Oh, yeah, I just wanted to make public that
No, I've checked.
my
with-
research have
yeah.
indicated the fact that,
O'Neill doesn't really have any references that I can find. And I communicated that to him.
okay,
And there
and
were.
I
and they have
looked
to
at
be-
it
Right,
extensively.
and they have to be, and the references they have to provide have to be relevant projects, this is in the specs, relevant projects completed within the last 5 years in this state. So that's kind of challenging for a lot of companies too, so you'll probably have to flotation that.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else? Need a motion to adjourn?
I make that motion.
Report. Been moved, support to adjourn, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion is carried, thank you all for coming. Thanks, guys. You got me, Ralph. Pull numbers together, Ralph, and let me know.
I will,
It's
gonna be,
Lawsuit on this stuff because they save money.
semi, that's what I'm guessing.